everyone, I am Sarah and welcome back again to our ongoing talk series, Investment and Business Development. In collaboration with IDAN Government of Nagland, NetFee and Entrepreneur School of Business. Today, we're talking about something very close to home, fashion. Specifically, how tradition and trend are coming together to shape new identities and what it really takes to scale a fashion brand when you're rooted in culture. Joining us are two designers who have taken very different paths but are grounded in the same pride and purpose. Bambi Kevichusa, a bridal wear designer, founder of Bambi K Bridal and Windfall, a quiet powerhouse of sustainable fashion who's taken Naga design from Dimapur all the way to Istanbul. Gangmei, a bold tribal meets streetwear designer who is also shaping the next wave of creatives through his own design academy. Well, before we begin, thank you so much to our two panelists for taking your time out. Yeah, how are you both doing?
We're good. I hope we say the right things.
Yeah.
Doing fine, good.
Yeah. Well, despite the weather, I hope we can all have a very insightful discussion.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So to begin with, I would like to begin with Ma'am Bambi.
Okay.
Yeah. So your designs are elegant, minimal, but so deeply rooted. Has it always been your approach to storytelling through fashion?
I guess so. I think it just came, how do you say, without any intention. It just came, organically. As in, particularly my bridal wear. And to design a dress that is personal for our brides. And I think I say it all the time, but to design a dress that is almost like their fingerprint.
True.
So in order to do that, I usually have to get to know them and to get to know their stories.
Yeah.
And subconsciously, I think it starts getting woven into the design.
Yes.
And it comes out in that way that there's a whole story connected to the dress. So I think it's more like without any intention, it just flows. Yeah.
So you mentioned that it's something very personal to your clients as well, when you are creating the designs. So your bridal label and Windfall that goes beyond fashion into lifestyle and sustainability.
Yes.
What really drove that vision? You have said that it was something that just come out, but
Well, in terms of sustainability, it came, I think, consciously, really, because of just, or out of even desperation. I think, it's very personal to me because having a son who just turned 17 and who's the future generation, his, friends or his peers, and to see the planet. And I'm somebody who's very concerned about the environment and to see what they're going to inherit from us.
True.
I think it came really out of that and really thinking about what I can do in my own sphere of influence as a designer.
True.
How do I contribute towards making a positive change in my own way, saving the environment? Or do I just waste because fashion is quite wasteful in that sense.
Yes.
So it came out of that, and so it's not an easy lifestyle, even as a designer to walk that sustainable route. It's more expensive also. It's not easy, but I've chosen this, and this is it's because it's very personal. Yeah.
Well, it's so nice to hear because whenever we talk about fashion, I think people look at it in a very toxic way also when it comes to like wasting the products over here. But then the approach that you have taken up, the initiative, cheers to that. And I really hope, through this also the audience could also learn from something from here and then, start a positive initiative also. So yeah, thank you so much. So now moving to Elijah. Hi. So, sir, I've worked with you,
Yes.
personally. I have personally loved your collections too.
Thank you so much. Means a lot.
Yeah,
Means a
so
lot.
it's an honor for me to have you here today.
Likewise.
So let's talk about your style. Your style is very bold, very tribal, and very unapologetic. So what were that one moment that that made you claim that okay, this is my blend, this is my signature?
So growing up, I have been a very creative kid. I am drawn to, like sketching, numerous sketches, accumulations of designs, stuff like that. And also, as I grew older, I knew like fashion is something that I've always been interested. I knew. But at one point, I was confused, like, because as a designer, there are a lot of designers, right? They just don't stick, like, there are a lot of designers. Some are like bridal, some they focus on menswear. But I was so confused at one point.
Okay.
And then slowly I decided, TK, why not I do something out of the box?
Yes.
And then I was attracted towards avant-garde.
Yeah,
So that's why
avant-garde.
my designs are normally, out of the box. And then
That's so nice.
people may not normally want to wear that regularly also. But that's something I challenge myself.
Right.
And mostly I, like tend to work with textile,
Yes, yes.
which is a huge controversy for sure. I have
We're talking
critics
about
out there
it
as well
later.
for sure. We'll do that. And so, like throughout my journey, I always wanted to work with textile when it comes to avant-garde as well. I want to
Yes.
mix match the avant-garde ideas of mine along with the tribal
Yes.
fusion thing, and then I want to experiment. So that's how I decided, TK, maybe let me just go for it. And that's how I decided to be more bold when it comes to my designs as well. Unapologetic for sure. And so no matter what people say, at the end of the day, even if I happen to use traditional textile, I'm very cautious about it because I just normally don't want to go and use randomly.
True.
So for me, I do my research properly, background study, whatever it is. And even when it comes to patterns and all, I study properly so that the designs are like something that people can also appreciate.
Yes.
My work, at the meantime, the culture, the identity, the tribal, whatever that I'm involved in. So that's how I came up with this bold designs of mine, avant-garde, along with the traditional touch. So that's me. That's who I am.
Well, yes, I've loved your avant-garde collections too. Like you mentioned, it's not it's something that people would wear regularly also. But nevertheless, your designs are amazing.
Thank you. It was a pleasure working with you.
Yeah,
by the way.
likewise.
Such a potential model, right?
Aw, thank you so much. And I hope that, I could also get a chance to work with Ma'am Bambi over here. Let me take this opportunity, just to like put myself in
Why
this.
not? Yeah.
Okay. Also, now that, like you've moved on from being a designer to mentoring now, you have opened you started your own academy, your design academy. So what really pushed you to take that leap?
So for me, the thing is that actually, since at a very early age, I would say, since during my designing days, early age, I always wanted to own a fashion academy.
Okay.
That has always been there. And also people often, be it cousins, relatives, or good friends, some, they would really give me negative comments like, okay, you have been dreaming about it to
Yes.
come up with an academy, but now you are almost, turning 30, or maybe you are becoming old, and then people have a story where they, come up with this academy or a fashion house at a very early age, but
Yes.
what about you? Like, it's taking a lot of time. But also, for me, it's God, first of all.
Of course.
Because without His blessings, I don't think I'll be here today. And also, God's timing is perfect. So even if I wanted to rush things, I cannot. It all depends on God, right?
Yes.
So I have been praying about it a lot. And so before I start up with my academy, I also wanted to, train myself as a mentor because I cannot directly just go and do
Yes.
something out of the box, right?
Yes.
I have to train myself. I have to know what are the, things that needs to be done. So I was very fortunate enough to even, work in one of the fashion academy in Dimapur itself. So that's where I've learned a lot to, mentor myself properly as an instructor. And with all the knowledge that I got, that I acquired from my teaching days, with everything, by the grace of God as well, I finally decided to come up with this fashion academy. So I have just launched this year only. It's, probably 5 months running as
5
of now.
months,
Yeah. So
how's
that's
the
it about my
progress?
academy right now.
So how is the progress?
Progress, it's good. It's new. The academy is very new right now, and I cannot expect much also.
True.
So I'm blessed with 5 students right now, and they're doing really good. And so I think for a new academy, 5 number of students, I think that's a good number, by the way. Yeah. So
It is,
it's
it
new,
is.
and I hope more people will come and join again,
Yeah.
probably in future. But
Definitely,
as of now, it's
definitely.
good. Yeah, all by the grace of God.
Yeah.
It's smooth, going fine.
Thank you so much. We would love to go on, talk about your personal journeys. But, since we are here for a reason, the topic where we want to discuss on a broader perspective today. So I have few questions for both of you. So we can carry on. So fusion is everywhere, but for you both, it's very personal, as you both have mentioned. So why do you think it really, it connects you so deeply into our context today? Anyone can take.
For me, I personally believe that fusion, it walks a line between appreciating cultural heritage as well as appreciating the modern trends.
Yes.
But like I said, when it comes to the fusion, people always tend to, fusion. When we talk about fusion, let me just focus a little bit about ethnic fusion again, if you don't mind. Just let me bring back that topic again, because when I talk about this ethnic fusion, it's very much connected to me deeply. Why? Because as a designer, for me, I love to design something that is always related to tribal touch. And also today, in this very modern trend, people, they often misuse traditional along with the modern trend, and then they try to come up with something very vulgar in one way.
Yeah.
So for me, it's all about appreciating and respecting your culture, at the meantime appreciating the modern new trend that is involved right now. But also you as an individual, make sure to connect these two properly, and then just try to use it in a way where people can appreciate both culture as well as the modern trends. Don't just go for something that is very vulgar or whatever, but also make sure to highlight the identity, your heritage properly. Fusion along with ethnic fusion along with the modern trends.
Yeah.
That's my point of view.
I think I totally agree with what Gangmei said. Yeah, I echo that.
Okay, now that we're talking about the fusion, Member, we have a question for you. You have taken your work all the way to Istanbul. How did it feel to present something so rooted in our local identity on such a global stage?
I think when I look back, I remember I felt really alone in that sense, because I was the only representative of our state. And I think it was this self-imposed responsibility that I placed upon myself, that I'm representing our culture, our people, and I need to do it right, and I need to do it well. And so it was overall really good, but I felt a lot of I call it again, self-imposed responsibility. But thank God it went well. So yeah, I was happy.
Yeah, I think Bambi is like one of the most, top,
Yes,
where everyone of us are
definitely.
looking up to
Everyone
you.
knows her for sure. Yeah, one of the renowned designers from
Of
Nagland
course,
for sure.
yes. And I personally love your minimal designs,
Exactly.
which she does, especially for the bridal works. So taking something like that to represent our local identity to global stage, I think we deserve, an applause for that. So let's talk about, the fashion shows and pageants that have happened here. So I'm also a freelance model, and then, I have also worked with few of the designers, forgetting Elijah over here. So we see fashion shows and pageants being celebrated, but do they really create long-term impact for the designers? What kind of platform, do you really feel is actually needed here for both the designers and the models to represent your work, your designs?
I'll just talk a bit here about it. I think mainly in the past, it was looked at least here, as more like entertainment. And I used to hate that.
Yes.
So bad. I used to cover the faces of the models or make them wear very, just to, because it's not about the face and it's not about pretty girls.
True.
It's about the clothes.
Yes.
And I didn't like the fact that people would come to ogle at pretty girls.
I know.
Of course, beauty,
have
to
that
appreciate beauty
experience
is also,
also,
is also there, but, So, but I think it's slowly changing. I think for a while, and that's where I think the reputation of fashion was a little skewed here in our society. But I think it's changing now. But, like outside, it's more, because it's such a well-oiled industry, the clothing industry. So fashion shows are done with a purpose, for buyers to come, for to come and book the clothing,
Yeah.
for the next season and all that. But here, but I feel that here, I don't know, Gangmei, you can agree or disagree with me, or you can add to it.
Yeah.
It's also changing, and I feel that now when people come to shows, they come with the intention to buy something,
buy at least
and there have been instances where our clothes have been sold after they have seen, although it's just starting off.
Yes,
So I think that is there. With regard to pageants, as long as there are now too many pageants everywhere. Nah,
It's spreading like
it's
virus.
I mean,
Don't mind me saying it, but honestly,
no offense to pageantry, but
exactly.
but there have been benefits really. I've seen
Yeah,
at least
true,
with
true.
Miss Nagaland and all
For
that.
sure,
Yeah.
yes.
I've seen the girls really grow from being this timid,
Yes.
starting out, in their career,
Yes, yes.
to being very confident,
confident.
very well spoken, very smart young women. So I think there have been and maybe even guys also, but there have been benefits.
For sure.
would you like to add anything to that?
Well, for me, I am not really involved in pageantry for sure. I mean, as a
Yes.
designer, I never go or collab with any pageant. I recently did one last year, that's it. And for me, I feel like, because not just my point of view, but I have a lot of friends, like
Yes.
just focusing on the pageantry,
Yeah.
not the show, but the pageantry for sure. So most of my friends, they usually complain. Let me just spill the tea for
Please
the time
do.
being. So often say like they are, maybe I don't know what's the right term for this. I wouldn't say they are being used, but also the hard work and the talent that they put in for a
not
specific
really
show,
appreciate
they are
it.
not really getting the
Yeah.
proper appreciation that they need. So that's what they usually complain and share to me about it. When it comes to pageant, the organizers, they just want them to come and make the event glamorous. But at the end, it's like they're not satisfied with whatever platform they're getting right now. So that is the little bit of complaint that my friends usually mention regarding the pageant in Nagland. I'm not sure about the state pageant or the proper district pageant.
Yes.
But also there are a lot of pageant these days. It's spreading like wild virus.
It is,
So I feel like don't mind me saying it again, but also I feel like the organizers are just trying to, use this platform for the benefit. I think the benefit should be given equally to everyone as a team, be it designers, makeup artists, or everyone involved. I think they should grow together, not just the man who is above like the
Yeah.
hierarchy or whatever, but also everyone as a team, because as a team, they are trying to make this pageant a very successful one, or maybe a fashion show as well. So I think it's all about, growing together as a team, not just using someone's talent to help yourself grow, but also as a group growing together. So I think if some few pageant could, really think about it and bring changes, then I believe all the designers or all the team members would be really happy to take part in pageant as well. That's just my point of view. Yeah.
It is out of the box, okay,
Yeah.
but when it comes to designers also, I want to also focus on the models.
For sure.
Here, the models also, it's just starting up. And then most of the time, we have also experiences, where the designers are also not really appreciated as well as the models as well. So I think, yes, Nagland is evolving. We're evolving at the moment. But I really hope that people get, to educate themselves first before they come to the conclusion, to the line. So hopefully, let's be hopeful, for the positive changes over here.
Positive change for sure.
So that now both of you has also mentioned about how this fashion, when it comes to a show starting, it is looked more into like a entertainment for us, most of us. So do you think the government or institutions are really doing enough to build an ecosystem for fashion in Nagaland, or is it still being treated like a side space industry? Please please be honest.
I think the government, just recently I saw on social media the whole initiative taken by Tafma to organize
Yes.
something.
Yeah, they just recently
which is
started.
good,
Sure, we'll keep something.
But I think more can be done. Just
Yes,
to,
of course.
and
More
I
can
thi-
be
yeah.
done.
And I think it will come when the government or the people in decision-making positions realize or accept the fact that it is an industry,
It
that
is.
clothing and fashion is an industry. And
Agreed.
if 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 proper emphasis is placed on that. And I think there's so much of so many young people who are into fashion, who want to take up a career in fashion, who want to take up a career in manufacturing clothes. And I think if the government takes it up as an industry, I think there's so much that can be done, so much. And I hope that our leaders can see the potential that is in young people.
They do. Anything you would like to add up? Or maybe any initiative
I totally
that you
agree
would
to
like
whatever she has mentioned. And also, if government could really focus on that and come up with more, recently the concluded,
Tafma
for
initiative
sure.
that was taken,
Something like that. If it can be host, not just in Kohima as well, but also parts, because we have like fashion enthusiasts all across Nagaland.
Of course.
So why not like other districts as well? So I believe they might come up with more where, interested candidates can attend more and get more knowledge about it. So if government could really look into it and then come up with more of those events, that would be really good, helpful for fashion enthusiasts and designers as well from every district. Yeah,
From every district.
And I think not just organize this kind of programs.
Yes.
That is also, but also if they can even look at even just small time loans or initiatives that can,
true.
because I know so many of the young designers struggle, and I have faced it also, and I still go through it also. So if they can put up initiatives where young people, young designers can avail those facilities, or there can be incubation places, spaces for them to have workshops, or to have studios where they can pay minimum rent. Rent is also such a big headache, for designers. So just little practical things, I think, would really be of help. Yeah.
I really hope the right audience are watching this and then, please
don't get into trouble for talking too much.
No.
It is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. I think
Spilling
this
the
is
truth.
really needed to
Exactly.
bring up to the to the people as well now. The reality should hit you all. So I want to talk about something about your designs. Your work that you do. So when designing from Nagland, do you feel that tradition is something very sacred, or is it like shifting into something more hybrid when it comes to your personal designs?
When you say hybrid, what do you?
Hybrid, maybe more of to like with the trending and then the changes, no?
I think I have mentioned a little bit regarding before as well, but also my point of view again, when it comes to traditional textile again, which you just mentioned, related to tradition, the only thing that I would like to say is, no matter what, with the modern style or whatever that you mix match, like the ethnic fusion that you come up with, the only thing is that don't make it too vulgar. That's the only point I would like to say. So you may think that, okay, let me just go for this and let me just expose whatever it is. It shows like you are disrespecting your own culture or heritage for sure. So it's all about having a very proper mindset and then just go for it, but also make sure to respect and then honor your tradition and then wear it in a way where it's not vulgar, but also be appreciated by people when they see you and the thing that you wear, ethnic fusion or whatever it is. So that'll be my point of view,
I agree with Gangmei. I just also want to add, personally for me, I think it comes from, a space that is sacred. And I didn't really think about that when I was younger. But now as I get older and just this deep appreciation of where we come from, where I come from, and to draw from that and to give that to the world. I think it comes with, like you said, a great deal of respect for what we have, and also with seriousness, because what we create, what I create is going to be put out to the world. So that's the side of our culture that they're going to see. So, but at the same time, like you said, not being vulgar, and to add to that also, just also making, for me personally, that fusion between our tradition and with modern, I can't say modern, but the modern attire, it has to be very subtle. It cannot, be like this is our this is the because they are both very strong.
True.
So to make it blend seamlessly, and I've seen your work also. I mean, it's strong, but again, it blends so well. So it's like, I don't know, it takes, it has to come, it's like an instinct as you develop as a designer,
Right.
that it has to flow seamlessly,
True.
so that you're not looking at this, it is still a costume, but a wearable art or a wearable outfit, to create something that is wearable. Yeah.
And also, I strongly believe that people should be really mindful, because when it comes to ethnic fusion, modern with the tribal touch and all, it's always a controversy, right? And also, I feel like men should just stick to the man tradition, whatever it is, and then women should just stick to the... Because recently, there are a lot of controversy going on, even influencers and all, misusing the tradition in whatever way. So I think it's very important to be mindful about the specific tribe, as well as what has to be worn by the male and female, not to mix match that part. So that's something that I always focus on. For me to come up with something related to design based on tradition, I always do my assignment. I study properly, like, is it okay? Like, which, like proper tradition, textile, does it belong to the specific tribe? And if I go against it, like what are the consequences or circumstances I'll be facing? So I do my assignment properly, everything, then only I go for it with the proper approval from the specific tribes and all. So that's how I proceed with the design, or else it's not easy to just go and randomly use someone else's. It will be a very huge controversy, and then people may sue you for that also. So just to be cautious and to be like, be on a safer side, make sure to always go do your assignment properly, even to people out there who wants to just go and then mix match with the ethnic outfit and all. Make sure to do your assignment, and at the end of the day, whatever designs that you come up with or whatever outfit you wear, just respect your tradition and don't make it too vulgar, but make it beautifully, carry it beautifully, so that people can see you and appreciate you, and also appreciate the culture identity that you carry with you. No?
That's true. I totally agree. And just to add to that, I remember that Turkey show, I wanted my models to use traditional shawls, and I tried to look for, because I wanted every tribe, but I just found 4 or 5, I think. But I found a little bit more than that, but my models were all women. And so I had to put it out on social media. Is this a male shawl or a woman? Because they were really, really old shawls. I didn't want to use the normal acrylic shawl that was all over the market. So I was so fortunate to find like real antique cotton shawls, silk also, those days with organic colors.
We hardly find them now.
Yeah, and some were so delicate that when we sent them to the dry cleaners, they came back all torn.
God.
And, I had to take the risk. And so, so coming back to that, I didn't dare let my women models wear men's shawls, even though they were really old and some of the designs you couldn't really, people wouldn't know.
For sure.
But I remember this beautiful owl shawl, and I had this auntie, she used to have this, ethnic wear store somewhere near the police station. So I called her up. I said, Auntie, itu kila shawl ase, and please let me know whether it's male. And she said it was a male shawl, so I had to discard. Not discard it, but not use it. So we have to be careful.
True.
And
Very much, because it's very controversial, especially related to other tribes as well. Cannot just go and let the woman carry the man's shawl and all, because I have heard a lot of stories where my friends also face such kind of controversy, because of misusing the other tribal. So because of that, I am also very mindful regarding that. It's very important.
I
People
think
should do that as well.
It comes with, like educating ourselves also. Like when you call yourself a designer,
Exactly.
Because you're presenting your designs, your work to your clients. And I mean, we have seen a lot of our Naga designers. I think we've been very ignorant to educating ourselves.
Exactly.
Because our identity, just learning about our identity, it's worth it. Like, it's something very valuable. You're going to carry on forward to your generation. So has there been I want to know, both of you have also being part of the shows, you have curated shows. So has there been any moment, where you realize that, okay, I've achieved, I've given my best, I am there.
Well, for me, I am happy with all the opportunities, the platforms that I have received, the shows which I have done. All thanks to God for that. I am somewhere in between where I won't say I'm satisfied or happy or whatever it is, but I am there, I know. And every day is a learning platform, whatever it is. I learn every day. So the more shows I get in future, I'll do it. I wouldn't say like I'm happy or I'm unhappy, but I am grateful for all the opportunities that I have received so far. Yeah.
How about you, ma'am?
For me, for me, it was a lifelong dream to have my clothes in a museum.
Oh.
Really, you know, I don't, because I used to think my clothes, I want to create clothes that are art. And my medium of art is fabric. So I want to create works of art. So when one of my clothes was selected to be put in a museum, I was like so thrilled. But I feel that
Congratulations.
I still want more clothes to be put in museums.
Hopefully,
So I can't say that I've reached, you know, I do want to keep creating beautiful clothes that people can keep in exhibits and, you know, learn from it and be inspired. Yeah.
Ma'am is such an inspiration, by the way.
She
Like
is,
even
she
my
is.
students are a huge fan of her work. They are really into her because of her work and the way she is,
She
very
is,
humble,
yeah,
down
very
to earth.
graceful.
So they often talk about her, even at classes and all.
I personally also, I've mentioned it earlier, but I've always wanted to, you know, like,
My huge inspiration as well, ma'am. Yeah.
I've always wanted, you know, like, oh, I wish, you know, I will get a chance to work with her. Like, I know I'm not there yet, but hopefully in days to come, you know. So yeah, that we're talking about your works, your designs, also the objects that you're using it. So when it comes to, you know, the shawls or the beadworks, or, you know, when it comes to the fabric, the materials that you're using, are they being respected, or do you think it's just being, you know, like used, you know, like, or for the trend, or it's like it's it's done that way?
For me, my work, because for me, of course, I don't go for fabrics that are not friendly for sure. I go for fabrics that are quite rich. Of course, in the Nagland, we don't get much fabrics as well, whatever it is. But also, I go for fabrics which I can keep it for longer with all the detailings and hard work. I don't want my hard work to just go in vain like that, you know, just keep in a corner. No, that's not me for sure, even with ma'am for sure. So for me, it's all about, you know, like, because the amount of hard work, the detailing, the beads work that I've invested, it's not a joke.
It is not.
Sleepless night for sure, you know. So I really want my outfit to be kept properly for sure, and that's what I do at home as well. The beads work and the traditional touch, whatever I have designed so far, my shows and whatever I have collections that I have shown, I keep it at home safe only. So definitely it's in a safe place, and I hope people will respect that as well. And then people, sometimes they come for hiring outfits and all. So I just warn them in a very good way. Like, use it, but then like make sure to bring it back
respect and
properly. Whether you wash it or not, that's depend on you. But still then, since you took the outfit, and the outfit, it took me a lot of time, hard work to come up with the designs. People may not like it or love it, but also for me, that's my, you know,
That's
hard work. So I want people to respect that as well. So I always remind people as well, like it shows and all, like if they wear, like make sure to, you know, sit it properly or stand properly. Don't be very rough with the outfit, because it's hard work. It takes a lot of time to come up with that proper outfit,
course,
especially
of
with
course.
detailing, beads work, motifs and all. Yeah.
I mean, I agree with Gangmei, and I just want to add, I think when a garment is created, or especially when we're using aspects of our tradition and culture, and when it's created just for the sake of just making, I think it shows.
It does, it does.
And when you treat it with respect, and when you treat it with something that is sacred,
Yes.
it sounds so thing, but it's true. When you treat it with,
Couldn't agree more.
yeah, I think that again
That shows
So
in
I,
your work,
you know, in various creations that we
Yeah.
see, various designers that have put up, you can make out. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we have also seen most of the, no offense to the designers, but whenever we see the designs, we just get to figure out, you know, they just create it for the sake of it, or either they have, you know, really put their hard work, their patience into this, their time, their energy into this. It speaks it summarizes
Exactly.
what their motives
But
were.
I think also it also comes with time and experience.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right,
Like
right.
when you're young as a designer, you even I'm just talking strictly about in the context of using our cultural fabrics and all. We just do it mindlessly. But as we get older, I think
you
certain things
realize.
get
Yes,
you know.
yes, yes,
So
yes.
yeah, so I'm sure
Yeah.
our younger kids also, as they go through the process of growing and maturing as
Yeah.
designers, they will
Hopefully they'll get there, they'll understand. So for both of you, what does fashion in Nagaland really mean?
Now, fashion in Nagland. I feel like fashion in Nagaland, according to me, people just randomly go because of the trend. My point of view. But for me, fashion is something that highlights who you are, what you wear, who you are as a person. So there are people out there in Nagland as well. I mean, like, people may judge me for sure, but also they just normally go because of the fashion trend that's happening a lot. But I think if you stay true to yourself as a person, and then, like I said, fashion is all about you, who you are, what you wear, who you are as a person. So I think in Nagland, we don't have much people who are really,
Understanding
believing
what-
or understanding who they are as a person, because that highlight yourself,
represents you. True, true.
who you are, as well as the fashion that you have in you. So I think it's very rare case in Nagaland also, because most of the people are just going with the trend only, the new thing that's happening and on and on.
The fast fashion.
Yeah, fast fashion or whatever it is. So it's all about, fashion is all about you understanding yourself and then who you are as a person and how you carry yourself as a person. And then I think most people in Nagaland
They're
like
missing
that.
out on that.
Yeah. That'll be my just
For
point of view.
me,
Yeah.
it's I think, inherent. It's an inherent part of us fashion. I think our people are very fashionable. Whether we go through after trends or whatever, also, but we are very fashionable, and it's not just a modern thing that has happened to us. I think when we look at our fabrics, the colors, the motifs, it's just and every motive having significance. That shows that in the past, when we were headhunters and we were running around in jungles, we still had a developed sense of aesthetics. We knew about colors, we knew, and so that is a gift that we have been given as a people, like music, fashion and music. And so I feel it's a treasure, how do you say, what do you call it? It's a treasure trove that we can tap into. And again, it's like the government or people in positions of decision making. This is something they can tap into and to develop it into a full scale industry.
scale.
Yeah, and again, just looking at what our traditions and our traditional fabric, our motifs. This is something I always say. This also. This is something unique that we can give to the world. Yes. Our Naga traditional designs, our colors, our actually our dyes, our weaving methods. And I think if we want to give something unique to the world, this is something that we can give to the world. And with the world now being in such a state that we have to adapt to sustainable means, even in fashion, Nagas having this is a weapon, a good weapon that we can offer to the world, So, yeah. I mean, Gangmei,
I agree
you
too.
and I alone can't do it,
Yeah,
but
for sure,
we are
for
trying.
sure, for sure.
Hopefully, others will.
Hopefully everyone will just come together.
Not just following the trend, but
Yeah.
also taking along with you your tradition,
Yes.
whoever you are as a person. Like I said, fashion is all in you for sure.
Yeah.
So make sure to, take along with you your tradition, whatever it is, in every good way, for sure.
Yeah. So that we're talking about is, bringing along the people together. So
Just being yourself. Yeah. in
also,
every good
like we
way.
have also discussed earlier, that fashion is not really look like a serious career. Also, it's more of an entertainment for the audience. So for young creatives here, like fashion that is not seen as a serious part, what would you say to them?
I'll start. I remember when I was younger, it wasn't at all taken seriously.
Okay.
And so for a long time, even me, I didn't take it seriously. Even though I was a designer, I remember I used to be a little embarrassed also
Okay.
of being a designer, you know, or to call myself a designer. And I remember when I was talking about taking up fashion design, I remember one relative said, "Oh, you're gonna make underwear." And really, I've never made a single underwear. Traditional underwear, maybe one, but I've never made, you know. So, but that was the way people looked at it. It wasn't taken
True.
seriously. But now I think it's slowly changing.
It is evolving.
You know, and in 10 years' time, it's really changed because 10 years ago, or let's say 10 years ago, our people wouldn't be so willing to wear clothes made by a Naga designer.
True.
But now we're seeing, you know,
Slowly
really
coming
people are, you know, running and flocking to Naga
Naga,
designers,
yeah.
clothes made by our own Naga, you know, so I think it's changing. So I'm happy about that. So I think people are now getting serious. Yeah.
Anything you would like to add up? Maybe something that you want to say to those young creatives?
To all those fashion enthusiasts out there, just know your calling. Very important. And just know your talent, your calling, and then if you have really interest and then if you really understand your calling, then just go for it. Of course, the journey is not going to be easy. It's hard. And then you got to put a lot of effort, hard work in what you do. Because I've seen like people giving up designing halfway as well, because a lot of pressure for sure. So you should really focus, and then with your proper calling and by the grace of God, the help, the blessings, that whatever you need, make sure to just go for it properly and don't give up. Make sure to strive for it, and then just believe that whatever you do would definitely, you know, bloom one day. So with that belief and focus, make sure to go for it, in every good way, with proper decision.
Yes.
Agree to
And
that.
also just knowing what your strengths are. You know, like Gangmei, you said that your strength is avant-garde, you know, so recognizing that, like I know I'm good at bridal wear, so I don't go so much into streetwear because I'm not good at it. So not every designer is an avant-garde designer, not every designer is a bridal wear designer. So find your strength and build, you know, specialize in that, build, and then if you're creative, because that's your strength, you're creative, you will start creating, it will come automatically to create beautiful work in that line of specialization that you're doing. So naturally, you will find your tribe, you will find your crowd.
Yeah,
They will
you
come,
will,
you know, and keep honing your skills, keep learning. I'm still learning.
Yes, of
So,
course. There's no end to learning, you know, every day. So,
Every day is a learning platform for sure.
so both of you also, like, you know, you had your own share of your struggles, your, you know, your ups and downs. So if there's one thing is that, you know, in this journey that has taught you something, what is it?
For me, it's all about taking risks and then to never give up. That's something that I have always, you know, believed in this journey, to take risks and then to never give up. And because of that, I am here. And with all these struggles that I have faced, at times I even feel like giving up for sure. A lot of pressure, not a joke. But also it's all about believing in yourself and the skills and talents that God has bestowed upon you. And then believing that there are a lot of people out there who are looking up to you. So it's all about taking risks and then believing that you can do better each day. So that's what literally motivates me to do better in life every day.
For me, it's also accepting and knowing your calling. You know, whatever it is that you're doing, that, you know, for me also, it took me a long journey, even though I knew it was my calling and I really call it a calling as a designer, with the gifts that God has given me. You know, God has called me to be a designer. And so to recognize that and to accept that as your calling, and to never give up, really. And I remember twice in my career, I remember very clearly that I almost gave up. I remember once it was like, it just came and I just dismissed it. Second time, I let it dwell. And I remember I was standing also. And I thought, should I give up? It's just too tough. Should I give up? And I thought, if I give up, what else do I do?
Exactly.
This is the only thing I'm good at. So if I give up, I have to start all over again.
Yes,
You know,
right.
so that gave me the motivation.
motive, okay,
You know, you know,
Exactly,
to
true.
even if it's tough to not
It is
give
very
up.
true,
Yeah.
true. Thank you so much, yeah, both of
Thank
you.
you,
Like you've
Sarah.
been like really honest about it, right? And it takes a lot. Like, and then, of course, it comes with the experiences, you know, with your learnings, and then both of you, even though it has been a hard journey, you're still here, and then you know
We'll be here, God willing, for a long time.
yeah. And like say, a lot of young creators look up to both of you, really. And you know, like I really hope this inspires them too. So one last question that I have before we wrap up. What is the one thing, you know, that you're excited when it comes to, you know, the fashion here, where it is headed to?
For me personally, see, let me just mention Mems again,
Yeah.
because she's someone who is like very renowned and
Yes,
from
of course.
Nagland
Yeah.
for sure. So she is a huge source of inspiration to me as well. Personally, I love her work, and then her being humble.
Yeah.
So from Nagland as well, like there are like very few designers who are doing great, you know, out of Northeast internationally for sure as well. So looking at her as well, I am inspired, and I hope one day I'll get to follow her footsteps in every good way internationally if platforms are given for sure. So right now, I think in Nagland, ma'am, her work flawless, and I hope like there will be more designers, including me as well, if we get platform to go to go internationally.
Yeah.
And then, you know, like just showcase the rich culture that we have, including our designs or whatever it is. So that's something that I look forward to when it comes to our Nagland fashion as well. I hope that we will able to carry the legacy internationally, which you have done already, but also for designers like me or other designers as well. I hope we get more platforms where we can definitely go represent our Northeast, our Naga
culture.
internationally
Yeah.
for sure.
I think what excites me is because of what we have to offer,
Right.
our textiles,
Exactly.
our rich heritage, and again coming back to sustainability and you know giving the world or making a contribution with our sustainable textiles and our and when I say not just I would add sustainable textiles made into clothing,
Yes.
not just shawls,
Yeah.
but
True,
to
true, true.
have clothing made out of our textiles and our rich motifs
Yes.
in sustainable fabrics and fibers, and to give that out to the world. I think that is something that I am excited about. And just to add, I think we can start stop giving out those acrylic shawls
Yeah.
with embroidery that is not even made by Nagas. So I would to challenge these weavers who are out there, make with organic cotton,
Please,
and
they should, yeah.
and give that. I don't want VIPs around the world wearing that synthetic shawl.
Right.
with-
I think now they've sort of started using some plastic. I don't know.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, so
They should be stopped.
if
right?
that can be changed, I'll be even more
Really happy,
excited. And
Even
that
for
Naga
us.
headdress with embroidery or
Right,
those,
right.
I think we can change that. We can let our own people do it.
Of course.
Sorry, just been very vocal, but
No, I mean, when we're getting a chance to talk,
For sure,
it's
for
always
sure.
nice, just to address it, and then we have to stop doing that, because even me, working in, actively working in some unions and all organizations, when you look out to, give something to outside the people, we notice that our fabrics are actually really, we're dying. Now they've started using, some plastics also, like for the earrings as well. So our rich culture, it's fading somewhere now. Even though we talk about like, it's popping a lot, but when you really dive deep into it, it's just, vanishing. So
and I say this quite often, and I want to say it again. For Nagas, in order to move forward, we are in fashion.
Yes.
Let's say we need to go backwards. We need to go back to our culture. We need to go back to our traditional colors and dyes and fibers and use that and give that to the world.
Yeah. Well, I know if we talk about this, there's not going to be an ending to this, but nevertheless, we are coming to an end. So I really want to thank you both once again.
Thank you
for having
Yeah,
us.
thank you so much for being very honest, for addressing the harsh reality as well. I really hope the audience get it. And it's true that what we wear isn't just about trends, but it is about our identity, our memories, and something resistance and celebration. So thank you, Bambi and Elijah, for showing us how fashion can be bold, beautiful, sustainable, and deeply ours. And to everyone watching, keep showing up, keep creating, and wear your story proudly, loudly, unapologetically. Thank you.